My boss made me come to work while I was actively miscarrying, and I lost my baby on her office bathroom floor, then nearly died. 2 years later, I watched her accept the Women's Empowerment Leader Award until I stood up and told 500 people how she let me bleed out during her presentation. That's when 7 other women started standing too. I was bleeding through my 3rd pad in an hour when Agatha Geraldine texted me, "I don't care if you're bleeding out. Meeting starts in 20. I texted back from the office bathroom floor, "I'm literally miscarrying. I'm going hospital now." Her response came in seconds. "The presentation is in 2 hours. I need you here." 2 years later, I watched the same woman accept the Women's Empowerment Leader Award at the Hyatt Ballroom. 500 people applauded as she talked about supporting working mothers and paid maternity leave. My husband held my hand as she said no woman should choose between her baby and her career. I'd been her executive assistant at Geraldine Marketing, making $65,000 with promises of promotion. After 3 miscarriages, this pregnancy was high risk. When the bleeding started that morning, my doctor said come immediately. Any delay could be dangerous. But we just landed the Jameson Industries account worth $50 million. Agatha's entire year depended on this presentation. When I called her crying about the bleeding, she reminded me that my performance review was next month. She mentioned how many people wanted my job. She said team players show up when it matters. "Can't you just come in for the presentation?" she'd asked. "It's only 2 hours." So I went. I set up the conference room while cramping so bad I could barely stand. I smiled at clients while blood soaked through my skirt. I took notes while my baby died inside me. At 9:30 a.m., I excused myself to the bathroom. That's where I lost my daughter. Alone on the cold tile floor while Agatha pitched marketing strategies down the hall. I tried to call for help, but no sound came out. The pain was beyond words. Maria, the cleaning lady, found me unconscious at 10:15 in a pool of blood. She screamed so loud that everyone came running, including Agatha and the Jameson executives. They all saw me there, dying on the bathroom floor in my work clothes. I woke up in the ICU 2 days later. The doctors said I'd lost 40% of my blood. My uterus had ruptured. If Maria had found me 10 minutes later, I'd be dead. They did an emergency hysterectomy to save my life. At 29, I'll never have children. Agatha visited once. She brought cheap flowers and a team card. She never apologized, never asked about the baby, just reminded me to get a doctor's note and asked when I'd be back. She stood there for 5 minutes checking her phone. I quit when I could walk again. No lawyer would take my case against Geraldine Marketing's legal team, so I stayed quiet and kept everything. The text messages, Maria's incident report, the hospital records showing I almost died, the security footage my husband's IT friends saved before they deleted it. Now Agatha stood on stage bragging about her new maternity leave program. She actually said she understood what working mothers go through. She claimed she'd never seen a woman suffer in silence at her company. That's when I stood up. "I have a question about suffering in silence," I said. The room turned. Agatha froze when she recognized me. "2 years ago, I miscarried my daughter in your office bathroom because you wouldn't let me go to the hospital. I almost died on that floor while you finished your presentation." Silence. Someone dropped a glass. Agatha gripped the podium. "Maria found me unconscious in a pool of blood," I continued, pulling out my phone. "I have her incident report, the hospital records, the texts where you ordered me to come in while I was bleeding, even the security footage of them carrying me out on a stretcher while you kept presenting." Her face went white. The woman next to her, wearing a Women's Leadership Council badge, stepped away from her. "I can never have children because I stayed for your meeting," I said. "My daughter died on your bathroom floor, and you asked me for a doctor's note." The screens behind her still showed her presentation slide, supporting women through every stage of life. Someone in the audience laughed. It wasn't a happy sound. Agatha